Philippines, good evening United States, and good evening the rest part of the Western world. And this is Wilmer from Real Mind Education. So we're going to have an analysis with GBPUSD and USDJPY today. So, but before that, I have to tell you that uh, trading Forex is a high risk business. So don't trade when you're not well trained and you're not consistently profitable with your um, demo account. Then whenever you are consistent, then that's the time to start up with a live account. So this is Wilmer actually, and we will be doing analysis with my partner on the other line, and his name is Joes. Hey Joes, it's your time.
Howdy, howdy. All right, let me just pull up some of these charts right quick. We want to do your pound dollar first.
Yes, let's go to pound dollars first.
All right. Remove that. All right. Cool. So let's go on to the daily because we got some interesting levels to look at here. One that I'm currently looking at waiting for a test is this one. At the 2746 area. It will take some time to get up to this level, but I'm hopeful that we will see a test of this level. Either come up here, dabble up in here, and then drop to start making higher low, higher high, higher low formations, or we could potentially get a break of this structure. There's long-term resistance now because it would support here, here, and here. And we could wait for a test here and start targeting some of the higher highs in here, right? But let's go on to the intraday. So what do I see here? I see a clear start of an uptrend channel, on the 4 hour, let's go to some major levels here. All right, this is where it starts getting interesting here. Preferably, I like this, right? We're starting to climb. And you can see in here that price reacted here very nicely, broke above, came back into the zone to test it. So it's a pretty big zone, actually. It's up here in this area. And we're working to make higher highs. So I almost took this trade up here. I missed it, and I would have targeted up in this area right here. But what am I watching for pound dollar? So we have low, higher high, higher low. Now what I'm waiting for is this break of structure, right? So I'm waiting for the bulls to show me that they can get above this area and we can get a test of this and a continuation move up to the upside. Yep. We have the 20 EMA nicely holding price underneath price, showing us that this trend is in place. So this right now is the viable trading opportunity that I want to see. I'm bullish on this pair. So that's what I'm looking at. How about you, Will?
Yeah, I see the same. See the same view with you today. So we have actually, I can see that the one that you mentioned lately that you want to buy is a good spot to buy. I bought earlier that last night. Have you seen my entry last night? But it's a high risk entry. So
it was.
Yeah, exactly. I was not able really to wait for the price to move closer to the major, actually major support actually because if we are going to make a horizontal line in this area close to your um, to the area that you want to order, actually we
Right
can
here.
below go down below, right there. So actually, if you're going to make a line over there, we can call this as a major support also in because of you can see an impulsive move going up. So this area is a major support that would likely hold. So as I expected, so what I did, I put my stop loss below that trend line uh, for the right location for my stop loss. So if you are going to see right now, the price is going up. So that's the right location for stop loss actually. And then a profit target for uh, go up, up, and up. So that's the maximum. Probably that's the third TP. So the one that you mentioned is the first TP for this. And the second TP, can you see this resistance over there? But it's pretty minor, but we can mark that also. Can you see that pin bar over there? That's also, we can consider
Right
that
here.
also as a resistance zone. So, but it's a minor resistance, not like with the other one. The on top is a major resistance. And what is the behavior of the price whenever it's get closer to a resistance? There will be a buy vacuum to that resistance. So possibly when the price get closer to that area, to that major resistance, you can see big movements is happening because it acts as a magnet. Whenever the price is getting closer to that area, you can see surprise movement, and it will actually compel a novice trader to enter a trade, but it is divided on top of the resistance, which is not ideal for them to make a trade. So they should have to wait for a penetration over that one and then wait for the pullback. That could be a high probable trade once they're going to break that uh, resistance. So we call that as a breakout pullback. But when this resistance will hold, so as mentioned previously by Joe's, that if it will hold, so price will likely go down. So, but it depends on the buying pressure on the way up, right, Joe's? So,
Exactly. Something else I want to note here is that you can definitely tell how price is stuck in between these two, so this support and this resistance. So right now we're trading in a corrective structure, and this is usually how these moves happen. We see impulsive, kind of with trend corrective, back into an impulsive, corrective, impulsive. Now we're just trading in between these levels. And if you're going to trade, personally, if I'm going to trade inside a corrective structure, I want to see price come back here and I want to trade up here.
exactly.
But we could see a breakout squeeze. And what I mean by that is if we get price to come start trading in here, the EMA is going to start carrying it, and we could play this breakout trade to the upside and target something up there.
Exactly,
But
Joe.
that is a very that's a pretty advanced entry. And also, do I feel like it will happen? I'm not sure yet. I want to see how price reacts in this zone, in this area first. If we go down to our behavior time frame, you see, okay, this zone, we can raise it up just a tad in this area. So this is what I'm looking at. In this range, we can see a low, a higher high, a higher low. Now, so to pretty much get good confluence that we are in this range, we don't want to see that higher high. We want to see price just come back here and reject. So good trading opportunities, as I said, up here you could hold it and wait for the breakout or wait for the pullback and play that.
Yes,
That's what I see in this bear.
that's a pretty good analysis, Joes. That would likely happen. And actually, before continuing, Joes, actually I made a rules right here so that we can really simple rules for our audience to remember that we should not never trade against strong momentum. When you have a you have plotted in Ichimoku, then you have to go with the direction of the Ichimoku direction, and then we have really to look for the Kijun. We have to trade close to the Kijun,
Exactly.
Tinkan.
And look where the Kijun is right here.
Yeah,
right here.
it's pretty close. So
Exactly.
if we are going to use Ichimoku, so it is within our rules that it is a good spot to enter a trade. And below that is a good stop loss location. And then,
So
yes,
continue.
yes, Jose. And then um, we have really, and at the same time, we are going to analyze for a wave structure. And then I'm going to finish all the rules right here. You can also wait for the signal bar, but in this case, you cannot really see a good signal bar because if you're going to buy in the zone, you're really going to buy in context, right? If you're going to wait for a signal, you will be late because you need, if you want, you can go to lower time frame, like 15 minutes. Or
Exactly. My favorite entry time frame.
yes, you can see
Right
there.
here, this is pretty nice here. These double touches here, pin bars, and then bam.
Yeah,
If you buy
that's very
that, 85.
yeah, that's very good, Joes, because in that structure that you pointed lately, you can see there an a two bar, inside bar, in between
Exactly.
that outside bar. So we can see this that is really a pretty clean volatile trend. If you're going to look on the left, you can see that the trend line was really respected. So this is really a good ideal uh, area to make a buy entry because of the structure that it has. If you're going to analyze it with impulsive versus corrective move, you can see there that it started with in the low. If you are going to begin in the lowest portion, in the lower low, you can see there a signal for a reversal. You can see there on the lower portion, Joes, you point right there. After that one, you can see here an impulsive move.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty big, and it touches the um, EMA, 20 EMA. So this tells that this structure tells us that there is a sign that there is an impending reversal. As what we can see here, after that one, actually you can see impulsive move, but a big rejection. So if you are a novice, you would probably sell to this level in that mid range, which is not an ideal area to sell. Then after that one, after that big rejection in 4 hours, you can see that it forms another corrective structure down below, and it holds. And if you're going to make a trend line from go down to lower portion, Joes, you can see
Here.
that in yes, uh, from that actually from one to, can you see that range bar beside
The
the
range
in the
bar
lowest
right here.
on the lower low after that big bar? Can you see that range bar? Not
So these right
go
here.
to the left, move go to the left more. Yes, can you see that trend bar? So
this pin bar?
yes, if you're going to draw a horizontal line from left going to the right, you draw. Would you mind to draw a trend line? Yes. And then on the upper week, yes, yeah. So we can see that that is a zone, a buying zone. And then you draw another trend line on the body below that week. Yeah,
Like here?
yeah, that's it. So we can see that this is really a very nice zone, a support zone that is holding. And actually, we can see two touches, one and two. And after that one, it went up.
Yep.
So if we're going to analyze from here based on impulsive and corrective structure, we can see that the price is telling us that the direction is going up. So,
So I wanted to add that very good points. I wanted to add just we don't right we don't trade on confirmation, which this isn't. We're not trading on confirmation, but to hammer the point that we suspect that this market is going up. We have a couple confluences. We have the TK cross here. We have the Kumo cross, and we have the another Kumo cross, right? And we also are trading above the 20 EMA, making higher highs, higher low sequences. So really, like you said, we shouldn't be trading against this momentum here.
exactly. It's pretty a strong buying pressure. So if we are going to counter it, you can see that the sellers really made a few or smaller movements back. So we can see that the sellers, if we are going to analyze, the sellers are really struggling to do its activity in these structures. If we are going to analyze from the lower low, if we're going to analyze the sellers, so they are pretty weak from that area. If we are going to start from the lower low, in that impulsive, you can see that the momentum is really strong for the bulls, and then the sellers come in, but it was actually it was countered by bulls, and bulls was able to actually to reach the resistance, which is the breakout point. If we are going to move that trend line upper, Joes, you can see that on top of that bigger week. Week.
Right here.
Yes. Actually, that is a breakout point. So
yeah.
So actually, if we're going to analyze that one, so the momentum is really strong, um, and then the sellers made its movement way down, and we can see that it there is a struggle on its way down. When it reaches the zone of support, it was being rejected, and another impulsive move was created, another a strong momentum, and then on top of that, in the middle range of actually, if we're going to draw a line on the previous structure, can you see that, Joes, on the left side? Actually, that's a corrective structure, but in the
here or here?
yes, that's a corrective structure. Actually,
Yep.
the middle range of that corrective structure is actually holds, and that's the area. You go down a little bit lower.
This one lower.
Yes, lower some more. Uh, yeah, can you see that on? You bring that on top of the week of yeah. That you can see that this is really a significant resistance in that area. So it holds actually, and the price was being rejected. And when it is rejected, you can see that resistance. Actually, if you are going to analyze with the minor resistance, that we cannot call that as minor resistance on top of that big wick. It's actually a major resistance because we define um, major resistance with a big move. So whenever you can see a big move from that point down, so we can consider that as a big major resistance. So if we're going to analyze it, it was broken and then it pulled back, and it holds actually. So after it holds, actually, that resistance that I call as major resistance, it transformed into a major support. And right now, actually the price is playing around this area, and you can see that there is a big corrective. Actually, this is a big structure in 4 hours. This is a big corrective structure in 4 hours for our time frame.
I agree with that.
So if we are going to analyze it in detail, so what else can you see, Joes?
That's pretty much it. Like I said, I wanna buy at the test of that, or I wanna buy if price shows me an entry there.
And I want to show you something also, Joes. This is what we're going to do. Can you go to 1 hour time frame and then zoom in a little bit? Zoom out. Zoom out. I mean, zoom out. Yes. And can you get an equidistant line so that we can really have a perfect
From
containment of the price? You start
here to
from
here?
no, you start from you go to that lower low
Here?
on the left side. Go left, go left on the upper portion. You bring
Uh,
that line on the upper portion, that equidistant line.
Wait, is there an equal distance line?
Yes, I can see that those that channel line. Actually, if we're going to analyze this structure, Joes, this is actually in a broad channel line. Actually, so
Oh,
uh,
I see what you mean.
yeah, I saw
Like
something
this?
also in this. Yeah, if you start, yeah, you on top of the week from that. Yeah, that's right. You have to start from way up 1, 2, 3 on the, yeah, drag it, yeah, on top of the week. Yes, that's pretty perfect. And and then after that one, you are going to bring the lower containment of the price. So you have to start from the lower portion. But if you're going to draw that line, you cannot see many touches. So we have to move that lower portion on the body. So it will start
This?
on the body. Bring it higher. Bring it high. Yeah, that's it. And then on the right side, you bring it. Yeah, That's the perfect trend line, channel line actually. So actually, we are in a broad channel line market cycle. And then, if you're going to check that one, actually, this is a psychological line. If you can see, there are many touches. 1, 2, 3 on the lower portion. 1, 2, 3,
And
4,
then
5, 6, 7 touches. And then the 2, that's a fake out actually. You can see that 2 movement, that's a fake out, but actually in the channel. But if you're going to draw a horizontal line, actually that is within our horizontal line. So it's good also to check the horizontal line and the actually the horizontal line and the twisted line, which is the broad channel. If you're going to have a strategy with this, actually, you can attack this in many ways. Actually,
wait, I'm trying to draw the.
mm,
You can see it. It's channeling in this.
For me, Joes, if I'm going to draw a channel line over there, it would be better that if you're going to use the equidistant. This is what I see, and then go to daily, then get an equidistant line. I mean that equidistant. Where is that where is that one?
What
Long. Let me check. Equidistant. This is rectangle. How about that four? That's a four. Uh, this one, gun and fork probably.
you have
Uh, there is
trend based?
there is no equidistant line. Let me check. Uh huh. Uh huh. Uh huh.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't think there is.
You don't have that one. So okay. I'm going to instruct you, Joes. So this is what you are going to do. Actually, there are many ways to draw this. Actually, this is in daily time frame. We can see that uh, there is a broad channel line. So if we are going to draw a line from the higher high going to the next higher high, yeah, that's the parallel. That's what I'm
Here?
looking. Start from the higher high, going up. Yeah, and then bring that one. Yeah, that's perfect. That's how I see it, Joes. If you can see, if you're going to drag that higher, but you have to, yeah, that's really, you can see that there is a, on the daily, you can see that wick. Actually, that's the starting of that resistance. Actually, we can consider this as a resistance in this area, in twisted or in broad channel line. But actually, if you can see that one, it holds and it holds. So most probably, if I'm going to analyze in daily, so my target profit would be exactly on top of this channel line. Can you see that one, Joes?
I'm here?
Yes. Or go up high. Yeah, that's the perfect one because we can see intersection between horizontal line and the channel line.
Exactly.
Yes. So if we're going to, you leave that drawing, Joes, do not erase. Let's see our audience if we can see what we can see in the 4 hours with that time frame. You can see it's really well respected. So if we're going to analyze this one, so it would likely that if the price can break that upper portion of the channel line, there is really a possibilities that the price can go up higher and reaching to that previous higher high. Can you see that higher high on top of that?
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's
I would look for a test here, and then I would target there.
yeah, that would be the best movement in daily. Have you seen this also, Joes?
I have, yes. Let's check the range of this. This is probably
How many
this
pips?
this would be a 450 pip move, so it would take
Wow,
some
that's a
time.
yeah. It's if we have a one lot order, it's uh we can earn up to 4,000, right? On top of that, actually, of that broad channel line.
This would be you could have a or a target one of in here because we see price reacts here and then pushes down, and
Yeah,
then we
I,
have
yes, I agree with that also, Jos, because those are horizontal line, and a price would likely respect that line, especially in actually in daily time frame, because resistance and support in daily time frame will likely hold, right?
yes. Let's do there. Okay, there's our even 1275,
Mm-hmm.
and let's put one. Let's duplicate that and put the.
So we are analyzing it pure price action because price is the truth, right?
Exactly. So this is 275 and this is wait, what is this is 28. Okay, delete that because I don't think that was 3 at all. 3 is all the way up here. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, because in a bigger picture, if would you mind to try in weekly time frame, Joes, just to check if what does the weekly time frame says,
Mm-hmm.
leaving the drawing that we have. Do not erase our drawing. Just leave all the drawing.
Oh, my bad, my
All
bad.
right, all right. No, no problem. All right, that's it. Just leave the broad channel line, then change to a higher time frame, which is weekly.
I don't trade the weekly personally. I stick to the 4, the 1, and the 15. But
If
if
we're
I'm gonna look at this as major levels, this right here needs to be talked about. Price came up here, stop, 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 advanced. We couldn't make a higher high. Well, we made a higher high, no higher low. Came back here and broke. This definitely the first zone that we're targeting. We passed this, so right here. So there's two things I'm looking for. I'm looking for a break of that channel line, and then maybe price will want to test this overall larger support that we broke out of for a retest. That could happen. Or price comes up here, tests and bounces here. So short term and medium term are bullish, but we look to be in a bigger corrective structure. So we're going to be playing the tops, and the top definitely as a sell for this.
So if we are going to analyze in weekly, that channel lines could be a bear flag, right? So meaning to say, it's a bigger corrective structure. As what
Exactly.
I say, it's a corrective structure that is forming in a broad channel line. So probably there would be a big reversal that will happen on that area, which is we can see that is a breakout point, right? On uh, Probably on that breakout point, probably the price will reverse and will go down if we are going to analyze in weekly
This is what I see as the overall.
structures.
We had a false break, came back in, and then false break, couldn't make that higher low, higher high sequence, broke back in, tested, drop, tested, drop, tested, drop. And now this is so yeah. There's two things on the weekly I'm looking for. And one is looks more promising than the other. I'm looking for price to come up here, test, and drop. Right? Um, if we can break this out, I see a move probably up to here. And then if we start making higher high, higher lows, we could start attacking this zone. But first we gotta test this and clear it. But since we are in a corrective structure, I'm more open to selling the tops and buying the bottoms.
Exactly. That's a good idea, Joes. So I see something also in 1 hour time frame. If you're going to go back to 1 hour time frame, you go back to 1 hour time frame. Could you remember that I asked you to draw an equidistant line? Can you draw again an equidistant line, just like what we did with a daily?
What do you mean? Because we didn't have a equal distant line, I don't think.
The one that you did on daily, a parallel line, a parallel line.
A parallel line?
Yes. The
Where
one that
where
you
do you
the one that you did in actually in daily. Can you remember
where
in
did
that
I
broad
do?
channel line? Yeah, that's it. That line. Actually, it was an equidistant line that we did. So that's what I want you also to do in actually in actually in 1 hour time frame. I see something over there. That's why when the price
You see
reaches
this
that
right
area,
here?
yes, I'd like to emphasize something in that area.
So
Yeah,
this
yeah. So you bring that channel line, bring it to the left. The top channel line, bring to the left, down on top of the wick.
one side. So here,
Uh, from yes, then
like that,
yeah. So just try to see if there are many touches. Then
there's three.
yeah, and then bring that one lower. You can bring that lower. Yeah, that's it. That's the perfect. Can you see that one? It's actually a
Yep.
psychological line. And you move the chart to the right. Move the chart to the right. That's a broad channel line, actually. So we can say also if the price cannot go or cannot do continuation in that channel line. So there is also a probability that the price will do a reversal in that point based on 1 hour time frame. Because you move to the left, Joes. Can you move to the left? Can you show yeah, that's it. If we're going to draw a horizontal on top intersecting that channel, the upper portion of our channel line, you try to draw a trend line.
Like here, or from like where?
Yeah,
Here?
yes, that line. Can you see that one?
Like here?
Yes, that's the reason why the price reacted in that line because that is a resistance. That's a valid resistance that has many touches, and at the same time, it is on top of the broad channel line. So that's the reason why that the price was rejected in that line. So actually, I am observing this line, but based on the rules trading with broad channel lines, we have a rules for that. Actually, uh, 25% when you can see this actually this pattern, the broad channel line, 25% the price would likely to continue. And then 75% the price would likely to reverse. So
Hmm,
uh, on top of that area, that's also a good spot to watch out for a short in that area in 4R.
interesting.
Yes.
I see it. Yeah, I could see if a reversal was to happen, we could if price started coming in like if price started trading bouncing, we broke test. I could see a
Rever-
potential set to
Yeah,
the
probably
downside.
that could happen also, Joes, depending upon the buying and selling pressure. So it's really part of the analysis that we are going to see those corrective and impulsive structure, volatile and non-volatile trend, and then we are going to check the support and resistance zones. As well, we are going to check the buying and selling pressure, which we can call also as a you can call also as part of the lens. So it and as well we have also to consider the market cycle, which is we are in a broad channel line right now. So probably if we are going to understand what it tells in a broad channel line, the market when it hit or it will actually reaches the top portion of the channel, what will happen? the market would likely to make a corrective structure. So exactly, if we're going to consider that horizontal, the support that we've seen, so that all it would likely that the market would make a big corrective structure in that zone before it will go up, because if the market will form more or less 20 candles in 1 hour, so most probably the probability of going up and the probability of going down will become 50-50%. So that's part of our that's part of the thing that we need to consider as well. Once we it forms many candle for more or less 20 bars, so it would likely that in that structure we have to watch out, either the market could go long or could go short. So but we have to count for 20 bars to 40 bars. So if that structure will hold for that number of candles, we call as bar accounting. So probably we might suspect, or we have to watch out, that there is also an equal strength of bulls and bears, and it would we have to consider also that the market could go up or could go down and will retest that major uh, support zone that we can see in on the lower portion of our channel. That's really the major or the biggest support zone. If we're going to check that out, if we're going to look on the left, we can see that that area is a major support in 1 hour. Did you see that also, Joes?
I do see that.
The lowest portion of our channels, that's also a major support um, zone.
Exactly. There's so many different ways to look at this. Personally, just I think it's going up for now. So
Yeah.
if
So
we start doing something like this though, and let's negate these channel lines. If we get like a double top formation, bang, I could see a good sell in there. That would be counter trend, but it is in this corrective structure. Um, that's a lower probable trade, in my opinion. Actually, if it were to do that, I'd want to see it break this. And
yes, exactly. That's a not a high probable trade. So what else can you see, Joes, that I never see in our analysis?
uh,
Maybe you see something that I never see in that chart. Maybe you can explain also, or you see something in 15 minutes that you want to give a greater emphasis.
there's the emphasis that I just want to put out there is we're trading in a larger corrective structure. We're trading up to this major resistance. Um, but intraday, my 4 hour, we're making a low, higher high, higher lows, higher highs. We're in this kind of sideways phase right here. So accumulation phase. So how I'll play it like everybody else plays it. I'm gonna wait for the break, the test, and buy there. And vice versa. If it wants to show me, well, look at this actually, now that I think about it. Bang, bang. Could we see another shoulder here and a breakdown there?
That could be possible, Joes.
So you never know. will react to what the market does. This is my key levels here. This and this. You see price reacted here. Now I want to see a move past this, continue, or I want to see a move past here and continue. So, but I can't forget these major structures here. This, if we break this, big. Yeah, if we can break this and get a good test, we could see major pips to the upside. So that's what I currently see on pound dollar. Now let's do a quick analysis on
USDJPY.
Pound yen. Well, what do I see of pound yen? We see high, and we kind of got stuck in this zone right here, right?
Yeah, that's a major zone that was broken.
Exactly, and let's not forget about this
corrective structure.
And we saw the test here and the push here, and now the test here, right? Clean test, bang, entry pin bar. Let's see what we would have done on the 15 there. Entered here or here on this engulfing. You could have entered here. That would have been fine. You would have been in this trade longer. But after we saw a nice touch here, we should wait for one more. In our entry signal, we get the pin bars up here, bang. This move right here, say you caught that, that's a nice intraday 72 pips. Let's see how long it took. It took 9 hours, so it was a pretty long trade. So that's what I'm looking at now. I'm here. This is the next zone where.
Yeah, that's the first target. First TP, take profit zone.
Well, yeah, exactly. Say we got one rejection off this level here. What am I waiting? Do I think this level's over? Not really. Could we see one more test of it before the big players come back in? I think that might be just.
Actually, Joe's my student made an order on that pullback when it retested the major support that was broken, and now it transformed into a major resistance, right? He made an exact or good timing on that level. So actually, he has an open trade right now. So, and the first target is the one that you drawn, the trend line that you drawn.
Personally, though, see how we got the first test of this. You know, we came down, started making lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, started seeing the bulls come in off this. Now, what am I expecting? I'm expecting more bullish pressure around this area. That's my first test. It comes back to retest, go on to my entry time frames, and bang, enter here. So what am I expecting here? I'm expecting definitely another chance for the bulls to come back, get our little push phase, and then exhaustion back into this level for the clean push down. So that's what I'm looking for on that.
That could happen, Joe, actually. So if we're going to analyze with corrective and impulsive structure from the left, can you draw a box from the left so that they can see what we see in impulsive and corrective structure, so that they can see the order flow in this on the left side before. Can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that big movement? That's a big impulsive structure, right? That's a big impulsive.
Right here.
No, from the resistance going down. when the
Let me
market
resume.
reversed in that area. Can you see that
Oh,
one
here.
on top? No, just yeah, that's it. In that area. Yeah, that's actually an impulsive structure going down.
Yeah. If we analyze the structure here, what do we see? It's quite clear, actually,
Yeah, the
that
direction is really clear that it's going down. If we're going to
look.
analyze the corrective and impulsive structure.
Well, I like this. Look at this. It comes up, extends. Now we kind of see that flattening, right? We get the highs, the higher lows, same high, well, a little higher high. This should be already warning you. Look at that. Either expecting the breakout here in the pullback, or I took this trade when I was beginning trading and I had no idea why it worked, but now I have an idea why it worked. Um, when I had started trading, this is the trade I took. I saw this.
Yeah, that's a actually a support in
Yep.
twisted line. Actually we can see
Yeah.
that in pay wave, or we can see that as contracting triangle if we are going to call that pattern.
Mm-hmm. I actually had a buy or a sell stop right below this trend line to sell, and I just wrote it down. But that's when I didn't know what I was doing, so it doesn't really count. But
Yeah, but
yeah, so this is what I see currently in the dollar yen. I see I want to see a little bit more of a push phase and then the exhaustion back into this key level here. This major key level. Um, so we see it once, it stopped, came back. Now let's see it one more time. And personally, I'd rather see it on my 4-hour time frame, and then get the entry on the 15-minute. Because if you think about it, this is just the 1 hour. Well, we could come down here and then start reversing in the next couple days to then, uh, test this. So price action, looking for in here for the sell. That's what I'm looking for. USD dollar yen is down in my opinion, and that's what I'm looking for.
yeah, that could possibly happen, Joes. So actually, Joes, can you see that now, or the present or the current price candle, or the
Yeah.
candle actually it go beyond the support. I call that as a minor support.
Well,
Actually, if it will hold, then actually this is also an opportunity to sell. Actually, can you draw a line in that minor support? Because actually the direction is going down. Below, can you draw a line? Yes. Yeah, actually if it can penetrate over, and then it can it has a good follow through going down, so this is also a good opportunity to sell. But at this moment, actually the price is, this level is holding. So if you have an open trade in that pullback, on top of that pullback, on that recent actually resistance, so probably you can bring your stop loss to break even, just to protect your
well,
trade.
how I see it is we impulsively shot past this level, tested, and now we saw buyers here. Now we're seeing a presence of buyers here. We'll see how this candle closes. It has an hour and 30 minutes left. But if it closes bullish, then what I'm thinking is that this level is going to be quite a minor intraday support. And if I do want to get in on this trend, which I do, I want to see, like I said, I want to see price come back. There's two probable entries here. I want to see it in here, or I want to see it break this, get some price action here, and sell.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking also, Joes, in that pattern. So if the price can break that support and then pull back, that's a good opportunity also to sell. If you are going to plot, you try to plot a Ichimoku indicator. Let's see if what does the Ichimoku will tell us.
Let me just delete these.
Yeah, it's pretty
Our...
strong. Actually, pretty strong momentum down. If we're going to analyze the Tinkan, if we base on momentum, it's actually the Tinkan line is three negatives, one, two, three, and then the Kijun we can say because the Kijun is on this area, we can see two negative, and then the Como is negative, three negative. So if we're going to understand what does the Como or the Ichimoku telling us, it's really a strong bearish direction. So um, based on the Ichimoku indicator. So um, if we're going to check the wave structure, Joes, actually we can draw uh, an ABC structure right here. On you can see this portion close to the Cinco span B. That line.
I don't
That's
have
that.
the
That's a starting of the wave structure.
the Chiku or
That's a
whatnot.
Chico. The Chico is really negative, negative, negative. So Como is telling us that there is really a strong momentum of sellers. So that's
Yeah, Ichimoku does definitely support the fact we're in a bear trend right now.
mm-hmm.
Just price action, our highs, our lows, our lower highs, lower lows, lower highs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I,
So
I'm looking to
uh,
see this being tested right now.
do you have a pencil on your chart, Joes? So that
Yeah,
you can draw something. Let's begin from this impulsive move. You draw going down uh, on from the top to the previous one. Just follow the uh, trend line so that we can assist the yeah on
here.
no on the previous one where you came from. Yeah, you draw following the candle down, then up, going to that pullback, then down. Can you see that one? Actually, that's an A B C D structure. So we can also that as N wave. So looking into that, actually, uh, we can see that there is a reversal if we can see that this wave structure will be broken. Just like for example, if the starting from the starting point where we draw the wave structure, just like for example it moves down and then went up, moves down and went up. If the price can move like go over the, because the starting point is A, the second one is B, the pullback is C, the D is, and the last point is D, where the current price is now. So if this structure will be disrupted, so just like for example, if in this area on the latest candle that we have right now, if it will go beyond or will go back to the support level, will go back and form like this, will test this area and this will hold. Can you
Wait, coming down and then back up.
Yeah, and go to that area inside again. So meaning to say, the wave structure has been disrupted. So
Yeah.
we can see that if it will move like that, if it will form like that, we can see that uh, there is an um, impending reversal. But presently, with the wave structure right now, it we have one, two, three movements. So it's not really a good spot for buying entries because you know buying entries will happen in the actually um, 357979. So that's the best spot. So if the movement will reach us up to 9 moves, so we can see that actually um, there is a reversal that is impending to happen. So actually, Jose, if we are going to go back to the area that we talked previously, if we are going to draw another one here, a a pencil from this area, then going up to the pullback and going down, that is a bigger wave structure actually. So I expect that before the reversal will happen, if we are going to measure this area from the left, from the impulsive, the bigger impulsive side going down, can you bring a measurement, or can you do a measurement in pips so that we can project on the chart?
Your audio is cutting out. I can't hear you.
How about that one? Can you hear me right now?
Oh, I can.
It's your speaker is not working. Please check your
I
connection.
can't hear you now.
Let me. All right. Let me check it. What happened to my speaker? Just a while, Joes. Speaker is not working. Um. All right. Speaker.
Yeah, so just just to
Uh,
make the analysis quick and
can
concise.
can you hear me now?
The
Can you hear me now?
uh very minutely. It's like going in and out.
Use a different speaker. All right. Let me check. Oh, what happened? Okay. Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. I can't hear you.
Mhm. What's the problem? Let me. So what I'm going to do, log out. Okay. How about that one, Joes? Can you hear me now? Let me check. Nine. Log out. Okay. This is what I'm going to do. Log out. Close this. Hello, sorry for the interruption. Actually, our my speaker is not working properly, and Joes could not hear me clearly. Let me test my computer, my speaker, microphone. It's working. My speaker. Hello. So it's working. Actually, we can see that it's working. Let's wait for Joes to come in. Alright, it was ended by Joe's. So I think we have a pretty good discussion. So actually, let me reply to Juice first. So I messaged Juice that at least we have a good analysis today, and thank you so much for the time, and I highly appreciated it. So I'm going to say to you, and thank you so much for time also. This is really a good analysis, and most of our analysis, actually, if you're going to follow it, actually, that really uh, the price will usually respect to the trend line and the support zone that we are marking. So if you want really to do good in trading, so watch out this video. Watch this video, I mean. I know you can get something of our analysis on how we view the market, what we see in GBPUSD and USDJPY. So thank you so much. Please subscribe to our channel and like, and then share it to others, because I know you can get um, nuggets from what we discussed today, and you can also watch out those area that we mark, but you have to analyze the market, analyze the buying pressure, analyze the intersecting line, just like trend line and horizontal line and broad channel line. You have to mark your, you have also to um, diagnose if what is the market cycle. Just like we can see, there is a breakout, there is a tight broad, a tight channel, I mean, and there is a broad channel and then range. So that's the usual market cycle of the market, that at first it will form breakout. It happens only 10% of the time, and most of the time the market spend in uh, broad channel and trading range 90%. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you keep following us. So from time to time, we will be releasing our analysis if we have time. So thank you so much. I highly appreciate for your support, so that we can continue our. Uh, this is actually our mission, is that we can help also other novice uh, to learn forex trading. So thank you so much once again. This is Wilmer Porras from Real Mind Education, and good luck trading, everybody, and have a wonderful